What shall I say? Who are you? Which one you're?
Femi, actor, musician, poet.
Okay, Femi, actor, musician, poet. Why do you think grime is kind of catching on a little bit in America now? Because that's quite interesting in itself.
America has a weird fetishization of British culture. In terms of British black culture, though, in terms of corporate America, white America, American music, grime has become a bit more like hip-hop in the States, and so it's easier to fit into that narrative of what the black male is. I just think that America and Britain have a weird relationship, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. It's because grime's dope. That's why. Like you can't. Like, I think also like Drake shining the light on it a little bit is one thing, but I think it has to have substance to maintain it catching on.
And maybe it is filling the space that American hip hop has left the way that it's moved. I mean, you have your Kendricks, you have your J. Cole's and the rest, but you also have your Gucci Manes, right? There is a space to be filled, and maybe grime is filling that space at the same time.
Have we got a Gucci Mane here?
I don't think we have a Gucci Mane. I think Gucci Mane is in a league of his own in that respect.
You mentioned Temper T earlier, but I'm not sure.
Temper T isn't Gucci Mane. He's not.
Yeah. We good impression. What do you think of the Stormzy thing that happened recently with his house getting broken in?
Yeah, it's a madness. Like it represents the hypercriminalization of the black man, which for me is something which goes back to days of slavery. I mean, it's dehumanization, isn't it? If you're made to not feel like a human, you'll end up not feeling like a human, which is what the cycle perpetuates itself.
If we are always complaining about issues like the Stormzy case and your case, does that somehow make us appear less than, as if we need help and we can't help ourselves, kind of thing?
It depends on how we do it. I don't think pointing out these things, pointing out these factors and saying we've been disadvantaged in all these ways and therefore these scenarios are... I mean, Stormzy's house was broken into by police. That is true. But it was a racist incident. Pointing that out is not victimhood. And what makes people lesser than is when you acknowledge the disparities that exist, but you don't point out why they exist.
What's that? What does it feel like, man, to be a black dude with locks at Oxford University?
Yeah, it's weird. There's not many of you. You know everyone else that's black, but it's very, very strange to just never see anyone that's like you. It's not ideal.
Oh, but it's good though. It's good. There's positivity.
Positivity in it. Of course. Yeah. As in, you get a nice degree.
Yeah. You might get stopped for being a black male. It's connected to the fact that the media has all these images of black males being a little bit road, a little bit gangster. How do you think we can go about redefining that a little bit?
When our culture takes narratives which are given to us and not made by us and presents that as the only front for our culture, then both internally we start to believe that's what we are, and externally that's the way that we are portrayed. But again, this is not us. This is the image which was created for us and which is created for us. Mos Def has his lines, a tall Israeli is running this rap shit. He's right. Like it's not. We have to have our own ways of overcoming the stereotypes which are given to us, and we need to not internalize them. There needs to be room for black creatives outside of the mainstream of what you'd expect from black creative to not be ostracized by their own communities for doing what they do. The way that we stop that ostracization finding itself in power is by empowering ourselves.